everyone, welcome back to our first series, Tabs on Technology. In today's lesson, we'll be taking a blast to the past and peek into what it really was like to use technology back then. These days, when using technology, you're probably used to the lightweight laptops, the sleek smartphones, and the easy access iPads. But it wasn't at all like that back then. Now, I, personally, am not old enough to know what technology really was like back then, but I know someone who does. I'll be asking him a few questions and relaying his responses to you. But first, let's start with some background info. In the 80s, since computers were so expensive, only privileged people had a computer, which usually was a Macintosh computer by Apple. Those people usually used it for typing and gaming. Getting closer to the 90s, there were PCs, like Microsoft. My first questions were, when did you first get your computer? What was it like? He got his computer in 1989. At the time, it was cool, trendy, and hip to own a computer. He had a computer at home, but it was only for writing letters on Word and printing them out. Basically, it was just an advanced typewriter because of the backspace, and no more whiting out mistakes or starting over. The next questions I asked were, when did you start using the internet, and what did you use it for? He first heard of it in 1993. He used it for communicating with others, mostly. Next, who is the internet for? It was mostly for big corporations. It actually started in universities. If you were a university student, you would get a university email, and you could send emails to everywhere using only your university email. I then asked him what it was like. He said it was amazing. They could chat and email in real time. Back then, there was something called IRC, which stands for Internet Relay Chat. There were chat rooms to communicate with one or more people, like a group chat. One of his favorite memories was an application called American Online, or AOL. Back then, it was a really big company. It literally owned the internet. Big news companies like CNN had to go through and partner with AOL to have their news sites published. He would subscribe for $10 a month and have an account which would let him read the news and communicate with others. Well, how does it work? Something called a modem would connect the computer to the internet using a phone line. The modem would translate your tone of your voice to ones or zeros, which are different frequencies over the phone line, as if it's speaking. For example, pressing a key on a piano, key A, and key C, both have different frequencies. The computer would then send a frequency that translates to a certain number or letter. Here's what the initial setup sounds like. The modem is adjusting its frequency to the other side, like handshaking. They're asking each other, what frequency do you want to talk at? The last question I asked was, when did you realize that technology was really advancing? He realized technology was advancing when he started working in 1995. When people worked at the company, they used the internet more often, for finding solutions, for reading articles, for anything really, just like we do now. But if you were inside the company, it was unlimited. The funny thing was, people liked it at work so much because the use of the internet there was unlimited. But some of the companies would know if they were streaming non-work related things and would tell you to get back to work. Now this is probably unlike the internet, but these companies were pioneers. They started all of this. The reason why some of these companies aren't as well known anymore is because people don't need landlines or phone lines anymore. Society has made big changes over the past few decades. We adjust to modern problems by providing modern solutions, giving us the world as we know it today. That's all for today's lesson. But you're not done yet. Be sure to check out the written material to answer questions and discussion questions about technology. For teachers, a special section is also provided which gives activities for the class and discussion questions. The link to the written material can be found in the description of this video. Thanks for watching. See you soon!